So we know, and you know what I'm talking about when we have a bit of Air India in each one of us. Because it takes you back to your childhood. And the magical thing about childhood was that you have hopes and dreams and the feeling that anything is possible. The fact that you can reach any stage in life. I mean, look at me. I'm literally on a stage. So obviously, Air India has a big, big role to play in that. And now, to set the tone for this evening, we thought hard because it's such a historic occasion. In fact, it's a historic occasion where the future is being created. So we thought long and hard, and how should we set the tone for this evening? And of course, the answer was obvious. It was music. Because music, much like aviation, transcends all borders to connect homes and hearts. And as we set the rhythm and tone to this beautiful evening, we present a captivating performance that blends the soul of Indian music with a global touch, mirroring Air India's mission to become a world-class global airline with an Indian heart. Okay, I think I'm in the way. There you go. So I welcome on stage, with much pride, the musical prodigies, Lydian Nadaswaram. Could we have you on stage? A phenomenal pianist who has captivated the globe with his exceptional musical skills, along with Amrita Varshini, who excels in playing the flute and many more instruments. So Lydian and Amrita, can we have you on stage? A warm welcome. Truly representing really a global India with an Indian heart. Ladies and gentlemen, musical prodigies, please join me center stage. Lydian and Amrita, please put your hands together. You know, you're showcasing excellence at a global stage with a truly Indian heart. And this is what we at Air India stand for. So really, it's just amazing. In fact, the beautiful pieces that they played, it was amazing because I got happy, excited, but at the same time, I thought I was feeling emotional, and I thought I'd break out into tears. It's sheer magic. A big round of applause. Thank you so much. You've been wonderful. Please join us for the rest of this evening. Let us wow you now for a change. Thank you. Well, as I said, there's a little bit of Air India in all of us. And Air India has been a symbol of hope and global admiration, forging connections between India and the world, and of course, bringing the world back to India. Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary J.R.D. Tata gave wings to the nation when he set up Tata Airlines, which then evolved into Air India. The founding members of the Air India team had an unwavering passion for excellence and a zeal for perfection. This, in fact, fueled the airline to do some really big and bold things, like the commissioning, I'm sure a lot of you would remember, of the famous Salvador Dali ashtray, inspired by elephants, serpents, and swans. The airline also took the iconic Indian Jharoka. They took this to the world and literally created a palace in the skies. And this, my friends, is just the beginning of the list. This helped Air India grow from a small airline to a globally renowned icon. Today, I'm proud to say, and we are privileged to have amidst us, Miss Uttara Parekh, former Air India Deputy Commercial Director. She was a part of the advertising and special promotions team. In fact, she worked closely with J.R.D. Tata himself and Commercial Director Bobby Cooker, the man behind many of Air India's magical campaigns. Let's have another round of applause. We are so honored that you are here with us. And today, ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate this very important milestone in Air India's transformation journey, may I now request Mr. N. Chandrasekaran, Chairman, Tata Sons and Air India, to unveil the new brand identity and usher in a world full of possibilities and aspirations.
Of possibilities, we are inspired by what can be, to fly higher and higher. Air India.
presenting a world full of possibilities, ladies and gentlemen. And I know once wasn't enough because Dil Mange More. Let's have a look at the film once again.
Through a window of possibilities, we are inspired by what can be. To fly higher and higher. Air India.
Let's have a bigger round of applause. I had goosebumps. Oh my God. And of course, I know you have a lot of questions. You want to know more. Well, let's pace yourself. That's what I'm telling myself because my heart's beating so fast. We're going to tell you so much more. We're going to show you so much more in just a little while. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Tata's historical connection with Air India traces back to its inception in the year 1932. Now, this deep-rooted association embodies Tata's enduring commitment to shaping the nation. Air India's homecoming to the Tata Group in the year 2022 has truly ushered in a new era for the airline story. It is truly my honor now to invite Mr. N. Chandrasekharan, Chairman Tata Sons and Air India, to the stage for his keynote address. Very warm welcome, sir.
Good evening. Good evening to all of you. It's such a special moment. And there is probably more than a little of Air India in everyone. Air India is not yet another business for us. For all of us at the Tata Group and Air India, it's a passion, it's a big national mission. Our aim and job is to make this airline a truly world-class and iconic airline that every Indian will be proud of. We are fully committed. We are all in on this journey until we make this happen. And make this happen sooner. Today is a very important milestone because the new Air India, the vision we have for the airline is also in the backdrop of a new resurgent India, where the aspirations of everyone is limitless. The new logo that you see here today, the Vista, signified by that historically used window. The golden window, the peak of the golden window, signifies limitless possibilities, progressiveness, confidence, and all of that. We have been at work during the last 15 months or so on this journey, because our vision is to make this airline world class in terms of modernity, safety, technologically most advanced, exceptional in terms of customer service, and an experience that Air India used to be known for. But this requires enormous amount of work, because where we start from. It requires a lot of work on technology, fleet, maintenance, ground handling, all aspects of operations, and more. During the last 12 months, we have put together a strong team, and we are focusing on upgrading all human resources aspects in the airline. Our fleet requires a lot of work. While we have ordered one of the largest fleet orders, both in terms of narrow body and wide body, it's going to take time for all these new planes to arrive. So in the meanwhile, we have to refurbish and get our current fleet to an acceptable level. We have been at it. We've been at work in terms of technology. All IT systems are being put in place, and our aim is to have the best technology in the next 9 to 12 months. We will have the best of machine learning, best of artificial intelligence deployed in Air India than any other airline. And we are at work in terms of every other aspect I talked about. So it's going to be a lot of hard work, but the path is clear. We know where we want to be. And I am absolutely delighted to be here today to share this new logo, which very much represents our bold vision. There are more for you to see, so I don't want to continue speaking. And I want to take a moment to thank all of you, because all of you represent the Air India family. I get at least a couple of mails a day, either criticizing or complimenting. But even in those criticisms that I receive, each and every one of them, short mail or long mail, there is a little amount of concern and heart. Can you not fix it? Can you not get it done faster? How can we keep going like this? So it is a very caring criticism most of the times. So our commitment is only getting stronger every day. Thank you all once again, and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your very inspiring words and for sharing the vision that Tata has for this world-class global airline with an Indian heart. You know, with us at Air India, it's like the saying, the tallest trees have the deepest of roots. And while we have set our vision on the future, we have our feet firmly planted on the ground in the present, with our hearts embracing our rich legacy. So as I said, pace yourselves, I'm pacing myself. We have lots more to share. Let's now have a look at Air India's refreshed brand livery. So please fasten those seatbelts, as I requested before, as we take you for an exciting flight into the future.
taking to the skies, filled with new hope and ambition as the proud flag bearer of a soaring nation. Air India.
Air India, ladies and gentlemen, taking India to the world and of course bringing the world back to India. Let's have a look at that fabulous film once again.
skies, filled with new hope and ambition as the proud flag bearer of a soaring nation. Air India.
Flag bearer of a soaring nation, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? I need to feel the energy. Yes? What are the words that come to mind? To be honest, I feel like that little kid again about to board my first flight. Do you feel it too? Do you? Yes? You know, we could grow older, we could get some gray hair, but inside there's that child that is dreaming of a world full of possibilities, and this is that world. Okay, so much more I can say. I have to hold myself back before we move on to the next segment of this very, very memorable event. It's my privilege to invite Mr. Chandrasekharan and Mr. Wilson, CEO, Chief Strategy Officer, Future Brand Global, and Ms. Tasneem Ali, Chief Creative Officer, Future Brand India. I mean, what an ask. Talk about getting a brief. What an ask. And we'd love to hear how you did it, because it looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Exciting times, huh? We love this work. It's so exciting to be here. We're highly aware of how much this brand means to everyone in this room and beyond. It has truly been an honor and a privilege to work at Future Brand with Sunil, Aziz, and the wider team at Air India. It's a huge privilege, and we're looking forward to showing you more about what's to come. In order to do such a major project, we focused on three main priorities. The first of those was making sure we always maintained a huge respect for the past, but also we were also incredibly excited about the future. And that has meant being very choiceful about what we decide to keep, what we decide to evolve, what needs adding, and yet, what needs leaving behind. Because, as has been mentioned many times tonight, this is about creating a global brand that happens to be from India, no longer just an Indian brand. The second thing is being hugely respectful of and understanding how to make this brand meaningful within India and compelling within India, but not to forget it needs to be compelling around the world. And that is something that we've always borne and balanced by working as a combined team with Taz and her team and our team globally as well. And the third thing is always ambition. The third thing has been making sure that we push ourselves. We push ourselves to create work and design work and experiences that are truly worthy of what this airline aspires to be and lands it firmly at the center of the very best airlines in the world. To do this, our strategy has really founded on the idea of transformation, and at the heart of that has been the transformation of what is a national institution into what has become a national inspiration. Obviously, Air India is close to people's hearts. We've been very clear, it's really understood that. It's ubiquitous, it's respected. Now is the opportunity to add energy, to elevate it, to bring vitality. Why? Because what we want to create is something that doesn't just match what people expect, but excels. Something that isn't everyday, but is truly special. Something that seeks to set new standards, as opposed to just be on par. Because what we want to create is an airline that is truly an airline of choice, not something that people default to. And as has been mentioned a couple of times this evening, what's really inspired us and has inspired the design team is this idea of possibility, and particular new possibilities. The new possibilities that is impossible to miss when you come to India, and the new possibility that your airline represents. And that relationship, that understanding, that exchange between the possibilities of India and the new possibilities of the airline is something we've really tried to capture in the new identity that you're about to see, the new look and feel. So on that, I'll hand over to Taz, and she can talk to you about how a design team works on possibility.
How do you design possibilities, right? So we actually took inspiration from our iconic Indian Air India window, which is a symbol that's an element that's been part of the brand right from the start. It's on the plane, it's in the plane, it's on menu cards, it's on boarding cards. And we took that symbol and we turned it. We actually gave it a new angularity and dynamism to reflect our new brand personality of being bold and progressive and going forward and upwards. Air India was traditionally a red and white brand. We've introduced color. We've got this lovely purple that cues premiumness and introduced this way of doing the gold for the frame, which is at the heart of the identity, to give it an almost tactile feel. And we've also got a signature pattern. And this also comes from our identity itself, which is from our existing tail fin. It's the chakra which we've used to actually create our pattern, which you're going to see across the identity as well. So all the elements have deep meaning. Nothing is random. It's all carefully considered and designed with lots of love, I would say. So the system is actually very flexible. It works really beautifully. It can tell stories with warmth and humanity about people, about places. It works really well in all our apps. It can, travel to all the applications that we need to use it for, which is at the airport. Now you'll know where to go. You have our colors. Actually, we split it up for red for economy, burgundy for premium economy, that lovely rich purple for business class, and this very elegant, sophisticated rose gold for first. The identity travels right through, and it makes for an unmistakable, instantly recognizable design system. And we can use it to showcase how beautiful our country is. So everything is actually inspired from the form of the window itself. Like Mr. Chandrasekhar said, even the symbol as well as the word mark are all based on the window itself. Each character is informed by the shape of the window as well as the symbol. And in this world of boring Helveticas and Arials, we have our bespoke font, which is called Air India Sans, and it's beautiful because it has personality and gravitas in this world where there's just characterless type everywhere. So even if you're doing any communication that has no visuals, you will be instantly recognizable because this is so much part of our identity. The tail fin, we saw the film, it's really beautiful, it'll be recognizable anywhere in the world. It's unlike any other airline livery. And for me, like for most of you in the room, it feels real. It's new, it's modern, it's fresh, but it's still from the heart of Air India. So it feels authentic and it feels very, very Air India. So that's, how it's translated. The same window idea is expressed on the tail fin like that. We have the signature pattern, we have our colors, but of course the dominant color is still the Air India red, which has also been refreshed to make it a little bit deeper and richer.
And I wanted to talk about the model of the plane because I'm a boy and planes are what I love. So basically, yeah, this is to demonstrate the meticulous attention to detail that we applied to every element of the plane itself, the fuselage. I'm not going to read every word out, you'll be pleased to hear, but I would like to just point out a couple of things here that are absolutely fantastic. The first thing you may have noticed in the film is that really strong word mark that sits underneath the plane. If you're on any flight path anywhere in the world, everyone will know which airline's in town when Air India turn up. I think that's pretty powerful. I love the way it shows on the side of the plane as well. Very bold, very confident. We've mentioned a few times how this is about a brand that's all about being progressive, bold, confident, just like India itself. And the other thing is the wingtips. If they're not on Instagram, all over Instagram in the future, then, clearly we haven't done our job. But clearly they're beautiful things. When you're on the plane, you'll have that little moment when you look down the wing and you'll see that little flash of this brand. And it should actually enhance the whole experience around the plane itself and travel. So we've given you a relatively whistle-stop tour. Obviously, there's more to come. This is just the beginning, as has been mentioned. As we say, it's been incredibly exciting for us at Future Brand to work on this. And whether you're homegrown like Taz or someone like me, there is only one place in the air where you're ever going to be able to experience true Indian hospitality and true Indian warmth, and you're looking at it right now. Thanks very much. We look forward to working more and seeing where the future lies.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's got substance, it's got style, it's future forward, yet steeped in the rich legacy of Air India. Thank you so much. A big round of applause for the fabulous work you've done. And now, of course, I am very excited to now invite Mr. Campbell Wilson to provide an overview of all the exciting developments coming up in Air India's ongoing transformational journey. Welcome, sir. We look forward to hearing from you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Thank you for all of you who have joined us from around India and from around the world, and all of you online. It is a pleasure to have you this evening. You heard of our vision earlier to create a world-class airline that serves the aspirations of a new India. You heard how such care has been taken to ensure that our new look feels, reflects our home country, respects this airline's long and rich history, and looks confidently towards a new future. But what is more important than colours, patterns, shapes, and how they come together is what they represent. The clothes we wear matter. What we say matters. But our actions speak so much louder. Air India is therefore in the midst of a total transformation. We have already covered a lot of ground, even if much of it may not be apparent to you yet. We have a long way to go, but we've made a good start. I could talk about the thousands of people we are recruiting and upskilling. I could talk about the complete rebuild of our internal systems. I could talk about our new facilities and the bringing together of dozens of offices and multiple airlines. Indeed, there is so much happening that I could talk for hours about what's happening on the surface. But although all of this supports and improves the customer experience in some indirect way, it's what is happening above the surface that I want to focus on. And I'll start with the comparatively small. There is now a lounge for first and business class customers in every foreign city we serve, and in every case, we have selected the best available. We are deep in the process for completely new domestic and international lounges at Delhi Airport, for which we've engaged some of the world's best designers. In the last few days, we've launched a completely new website and mobile app rebuilt from the ground up, offering vastly improved experience and features with new and improved digital tools for you to interact with us should you ever have the need. Offline, by the end of the year, a completely new customer contact center will offer 24/7 service in 9 Indian and foreign languages. Early next year, you'll see a completely redesigned loyalty program, drawing from the very best of what other airlines offer, making it even easier to earn and redeem and be recognized for your travel. And it will interface with Tata Neu, adding literally thousands of additional ways to enjoy value. As we dramatically expand and welcome thousands of new Air Indians, we are building an aviation academy where our staff are trained to the highest of global standards. And then, of course, there are aircraft. In just a few months, the first Airbus A350, Airbus's most modern aircraft, will arrive in India to join Air India's fleet. Then, in about a year from now, the first of our 43 legacy wide-body aircraft will enter the hangar for a complete interior refit. New seats in every cabin. New in-flight entertainment systems in every seat. In-flight internet connectivity for the first time on an Indian airline. At the cost of over $400 million US, this is the largest refit ever undertaken by an Indian airline. The regulatory engineering preparations and seat construction for this are well underway, but the refit of aircraft takes time. So to accelerate our product upgradation, we're leasing and buying 20 wide-body aircrafts this year with products like this. 6 of these aircraft are already flying, and by the end of the year, 1/3 of our wide-body fleet will be featuring products like this. Over the next 2.5 years, our entire long-haul fleet will be completely reborn. There are new menus on all routes in all cabins. There are new amenity kits, award-winning kits from Tumi in first, business, and premium economy class. And of course, There are nearly 500 brand new aircraft that will come with the latest of everything and take India to the world. I mentioned in-flight entertainment. Our new offering will provide more than 1,700 hours of fun. It will have the largest library of Indian content of any airline and international content on par with any other airline. And finally, there's seats. As a taster of what to come, let's take a look to see what the refit of our 777 aircraft will feature in about a year's time. You'll start seeing those cabins on our 777-300ERs from the second half of next year, and a similarly improved product on our 787 Dreamliners. I'm sure you agree that it's a dramatic upgrade from what we have at present, but I can assure you it is just the start. Before I leave the stage, there's one other thing I'd like to say. A famous fellow who has meant so much to Air India and so many others for more than 75 years. I'm speaking of the Maharaja. The rumors of his demise have been greatly exaggerated. The Maharaja will live on. Close to home, he'll remain our beloved, slightly portly ambassador of hospitality. Farther afield, he will signify a class and an elegance while drawing a unique thread from Air India's past into its future. And his values of service, warmth and hospitality will infuse the DNA of every Air Indian as we build this airline into a world-class global airline with an Indian heart, serving Indians and friends of India consistently to the very highest of standards. We have some way yet to go, but our direction is clear. Our resolve is firm, and we're embarked on a great journey. Please join us in making this Air India one that we're all proud of, a national institution into a national inspiration. We welcome you aboard. We thank you for your support and your encouragement. We hope to have you with us on this long journey. We are committed to make it. Welcome aboard. Namaste.
Okay, a big thank you to McCann World for bringing alive Air India through those beautiful brand films. So a big round of applause for them. Thank you so much. And thank you, sir. This is so exciting, our ongoing journey of transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said in the beginning, this here is history being made as we create the future. Really, this marks such a major milestone in our journey of transformation, and we are so happy that each and every one of you here has been here to share it with us. We look forward to your continued love and support as we get ready to take India to the world and bring the world back to India. Thank you. Have a great evening. Please join us in Shah Jahan Hall for some drinks and dinner, because we have to celebrate. Thank you. Have a great night.